All right, I'm going to be predicting the NBA standings following week one of the season. This week I'm going to be focusing on the West. So let's take a look at where they're at currently. This is the East. A lot of surprises. Same with the West. Bulls at the top of the conference. I don't think they're going to finish in the top six, but for now we're going to be focusing on the West. This is where they're currently at. The Spurs surprisingly undefeated. Nuggets near the top, which is expected. So here is our pool for the West. All 15 teams. It's usually a bloodbath. As in the last 5-10 years, it's always been within a few games for like ranges 3 to 8. So first team in the list, obviously the Thunder. They're probably going to win close to. They have a chance to win 70 games. I feel like they've only gotten better. We know they struggled a little bit with a lot of their 3-point shooting. Their defense is what won them the championship, but at the same time they did have to put points on the board to win. Number two, the Denver Nuggets. This is probably the best roster we've seen, at least since 2023 when they won, and probably one of the best that Jokic has had in his career. And I feel like once again their chemistry is only getting better. If Aaron Gordon can consistently score better than he has, they're going to be a tough team to beat. Number three is Houston. I know they're missing Van Vliet, but once again they have so much talent. Şengün's only going to take a step forward. He's still very young. KD, of course, is going to give you 25 to 30 every single night. Fourth, I have the Timberwolves, and I'll say the next 5 teams. A lot of them are interchangeable. Minnesota, I feel confident because they did show us that they are going to be a strong playoff team, solidified. They're going to be out of the play-in, and Anthony Edwards once again is only getting better. Their team's going to have another year together, and we saw how good they were, at least in the last few years in the playoffs. Next up, I have the Lakers. A little bit of bias, but I don't think you can doubt what Luka's going to get you. He'll alone win you about 30, 40 games. Once again, LeBron's out, but he will be back, and looks like Austin Reeves is only getting better. Next up, the Clippers. I know a lot of people thought they were going to be a top 4 seed. We've thought that for the last couple of years, but they're kind of like the Warriors. They're very old. You have no idea what you're really going to get, but they do have a ton of talent. And then the Warriors, once again, Curry has not taken a step back. I believe he's around 37 years old. Jimmy, once again, is about 36, but they are as talented as you can ask, and they will win, I'd say, at least 40 games. So it's hard to overlook the Warriors. Then the Spurs, this is the surprising one because I thought they were going to be around, like 8 to 11 seed, but they have shown they're obviously undefeated. Wemby looks like already a top 3 MVP candidate, which I don't think anyone expected. And it looks like they don't even have De'Aaron Fox back, and they look as good as any team. If you would have told someone who's never watched the NBA that they won the championship last year, you'd be like, "Oh, this is believable." They're like, this team is ridiculously good. And then I have the Grizzlies. This one's a big question mark because we know what Ja can be. He's an All NBA caliber player, but they don't have Desmond Bane, and it hasn't looked like they've been able to put it together for a full season. So that's where they sit. Then the Mavericks, once again, this team roster-wise, top to bottom, is probably one of the best in the league, but it is hard to see this team as an actual, NBA playoff caliber team. Given Cooper Flag is a rookie, it's his first year, he's played 4 games. AD, you don't know what you're going to get. Hasn't been able to stay on the court the entire time for the season, and it's just hard to tell with them. Then I have the Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker alone will win you about, I'd say, like 30 games, but they're not a good team. Of course, they have Dylan Brooks, he's going to help with the culture. Jalen Green, I don't really know what he can do to contribute to winning basketball, so I don't see them making any sort of noise come playoff time. And then I have the Sacramento Kings. DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine will win you some games, but at the same time, they're only getting older, and this team, there's not really much else outside of it, so I'm not really going to spend time on them. And the Pelicans, they just, I don't know, they look terrible. I'm a big Zion guy, but it doesn't look like they're going to give you anything, at least to make some sort of noise, maybe even making a playoff spot. It doesn't look like that's possible. Then the Utah Jazz, the worst team in the league last year. I don't think they're going to be much better. They did have a top pick, of course, but it's just that they're just in the middle of a rebuild. They're too deep. And then the Blazers, there's all that stuff about Chauncey Billups gambling, and it doesn't look like that's going to get resolved anytime soon. So I don't see them being anything higher than, I'd say, like seed 13. So final standings: OKC, Denver. OKC and Denver, I'd say a lock for top 2. A lot of those other teams are going to be interchangeable. It might be the same thing like last year where it was like 6 games separated seeds 3 through 8. So those are the standings.